It is part dating game, part comedy show. Here to share all about it, we welcome creator, producer, and host of Love Isn't Blind, comedian Allison Goldberg. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You really do it all.
I'm doing a lot. I need a nap, you know, to be honest.
You do. Well, tell us the premise of the show because it is so fun, top to bottom.
Thank you so much. So I run this comedy dating show where the men can't speak because sometimes straight men should be seen but not heard.
It's true.
Yes.
So true.
Yes.
How do they go through several rounds, right? This is an elimination style live dating show.
Yep. So the first round is a yes or no round, and actually that's what's on screen right now. You can see they're blindfolded. They can only do thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. The second round changes from show to show. I have them doing something crafty. I've had them draw their dream date. I'm doing something tonight that I'm calling man libs. I'm doing something a little bit new. Yeah, I'm excited about it. And then round 3, I always call their moms live on stage.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it's really, the moms are wild. Moms are wild.
Yes, you never
They're
know.
the ones who can't be trusted. I can be trusted.
True.
Yeah.
Because it's all in good fun. There's some gentle, friendly roasting, but you really do seek out connections for these people.
I do. And I joke that the men should be seen but not heard, but I really have to say that the men who sign up for this show tend to be good men who are here for the feminist joke, and they're really amazing sports, and my job truly is to make sure that everyone looks incredible and has an amazing time.
And then even people in the audience sometimes can make a connection throughout the evening depending on how things go.
Yeah, I have tons of success stories from the audience actually, which is as shocking to me as it is to everyone else. But so you get a wristband based on your relationship status.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so green if you're single, red if you're taken, yellow if you're confused, you know, situationships. We have poly purple, we have bisexual blue.
Oh my gosh.
We have pride wristbands, we have the whole cornucopia.
Every color of the rainbow.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So at every single show in every city, people are starting to come up to me and say, we're wearing red wristbands, but we met here wearing green.
No
which
way.
is so sweet. Yeah,
oh, that is so
really
cool.
happy.
Well, and how fun to have happy couples there cheering their friends on, or wingman, wingwomaning the people that are on stage, because it's just so fun to participate.
Yeah, I hope so. And we do actually have wing people who wear wings. Yeah, we do. So I have wing people who wear wings, and they pass out the wristbands.
I love it.
And I have to shout out my first bachelorette from Portland, Tam, who is so wonderful. First of all, she's seriously dating a guy that she met in the audience that night. I joke my success rate on stage is questionable, but she met someone in the audience. And she also made so many friends that night that she was like, let me help you when you come back to Portland. And so tonight we're having an after party that she's arranged, and she also made these like human bingo cards so you can find people, meet people.
Gosh.
So she's really been lovely, and it's also just wonderful in general that, I mean, I joke it warms my cold dead heart that people come and they have fun, and then they kind of want to give back to whatever this machine community is becoming.
Well, and they really keep in touch with you too. You're aware of couples who have met at some way in your show, and like a year or two later, they're still going strong.
Yeah, actually, I do have a couple. I almost forget because they met so early. They met at the second show, but they're engaged.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I try to get people on stage that just make some sense together and have some chemistry. I think it's also fun for the show to feel local everywhere I go. So trying to get sort of like people are doing interesting things in the Portland community if I can.
Oh yeah.
My previous bachelorette was a local reporter. Not on screen.
Cool.
You know, but she is at Willamette Week, and so
that's awesome.
Did I say that right? Willamette.
Very good.
Okay,
very good.
I gotta get out of here.
You got there. I didn't have to help you.
Yeah.
But you do vet everybody, so you're looking for people who are they're going to be entertaining on stage, of course, but you really are getting to the root of what could make a good connection in real life as well.
Yes. And I try to get people that are have similar interests. They're really, I mean, in general, I look for like interesting people with jobs and hobbies as well.
Yes.
You know, so that even if it's not a romantic match, they'll have something in common, and there's a ton of friendships resulting as well. I also joke there are a lot of bromances.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In LA, there's 2 guys where they go to parties and people are like, "How did you meet?" And they're like, "We met on a dating show." I'm like, is that my best success story? But yeah.
Does it kind of give you hope in humanity, because you do meet pretty fascinating people who are doing wonderful work in all of these cities across the country?
Yeah, it actually really does. That's been a really happy side effect of the show, and I mean that really genuinely. Like, I was pretty jaded about humanity, and I actually thought that this show would make it worse, but it's actually made it so much better, because not only am I meeting amazing people, I feel like I talk about him every time I come to Portland, but Jed Overly of Taking Ownership. It's an amazing organization that he almost accidentally founded during the pandemic, and they provide reparations to the Black community in the form of home repairs and community service. It's an amazing organization. So I'm meeting these wonderful people, but also I Zoom with singles across the country now, and some people yes, some people are the worst, and some people say, and some people just say absolutely beautiful things about what they're looking for in a partner. And so it's really actually made me much more optimistic about
really
dating and about people in general. And something else I love, to be honest, is how many couples also come to the show because it's just a place to connect and meet other locals and make new friends. And the couples, you do have a job. You do have a job. Yeah.
Yes. We're here to support.
Yes.
We want everybody to find love in the best way.
Yes.
You've created so many live shows too. Tell me about another one that was How to Break Up by Text.
Yes, that one did make me a little too jaded. Yeah. I might have been jaded because of that one.
Okay.
But this was, well, it started pre-pandemic. I was very fascinated. In general, I'm fascinated by how technology has altered the way that we communicate. And as a theater dork, the way it's altered the way we tell stories, I think is really fascinating. And I couldn't believe that people are breaking up by text.
True.
Even though I might be guilty of it. But I think they're, anyway, that's here nor there. But, it's just this thing that's supposed to have more empathy and connection.
Yeah.
And so, and they're fascinating text messages because they're not meant to be read out loud.
No.
And they're very strange.
But then you do read them out loud and it gets wild.
Yeah, so I used to do a live show where I would perform and analyze audience members' text breakups live.
That's so awesome.
And I would joke it was screenshots for shots. If you give me your phone live, I'll give you a shot. Although the beautiful thing is the catharsis that sometimes happened in the room.
Oh, for sure.
Where people would still be torn up about this because they didn't get to have a conversation and they don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then they would hear a whole room being like, no, you can't get back together.
Shut it down.
And so some people surprisingly were like, this is incredibly cathartic. And then I sold that to Audible, and it's an Audible original now.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, and celebrities perform your breakup text, and then an expert joins, and we break down your breakup. And so that's live. If you go to Audible and you search How to Break Up by Text, it's there.
The complete opposite tonight. We're going to start new relationships and make new connections.
I decided, let's go to the other end of the spectrum, and honestly, it's been a bit more positive.
Yes.
Although both are funny in their own ways.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We're so happy that you're here in Portland.
Thank you for having me, and I'm happy to be here.
Yes, okay, we'll have all the information about that show tonight at Helium. Love Isn't Blind. You can get those tickets. We'll have that link on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.